Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining me. Susan Timchak here, and I'm here to share with you a Chalkology paste and transfer project. I am a designer for Couture, and if you're wondering what is Couture all about, I'm going to send you on over to my online store, which you can find at Stampinsuecreates.chalkcouture.com. You can see what it's all about. You can check out videos. You can see our newly released catalog that just was released on July 2nd. And I'm going to share with you today just a quick little project. Trying to keep my mind off things. I've had some crazy things happening. I had surgery on my toe. I had issues with plumbing in my house. And so to take my mind off of it, I do the next best thing, which is crafting. And one of my most favorite things right now to do, next to Stampin' Up, of course, is Couture. And I'm just having a great time with it. I'm creating a lot of great projects. I'm going to be doing some craft shows. You check out my Facebook page at Stampinsuecreates Chalk Talk. And subscribe and see on over there what all I'm creating. Alright, so let's get started. So Couture started just 1 year ago. It's really new. I'm going to move this out of the way for now. This is one of our transfers. This is one of, not the largest transfer. This is probably, I think this is a C transfer, which is pretty big. It's called Welcome. Duh, right? So It comes in a full sheet like this, and there's little lines here where you can cut the transfer apart to use different components of it. So it has a huge welcome, and let me get my, where is my paper cutter? Let me get my paper cutter to show you. That is actually larger than my paper cutter, and my paper cutter is pretty big. Let's get the ruler out. So let's see, that is about 14 inches long, and see how the paper cutter comes in handy? And, well, let's say about 13. So it's pretty big. Okay, so I cut this apart because I had used this little flower, and I think I was going to use this welcome. I don't believe I used it yet. I was going to use it on something. So it comes in this resealable bag. Now these transfers are reusable. Let me just put this off to the side right now. The transfers are reusable, and they peel off, and it's almost like a screen print kind of thing. Oh, I must have used this on something. I think I used this on a saw. Yeah, you'll want to check those out. I'm doing a lot of saw work with old yucky saws, and making them into works of art. So I think I did use that on a saw. Yes, now that I think about it, I did. So when you get them brand new, or when you're going to use them, you do a technique called fuzzing. And what that is you take a towel. This is a used but clean towel. I'm going to peel off this backing. Normally you would take a marker and mark back. Do I have one nearby? Like a permanent marker you want. I don't see one nearby. I know I was using one the other day. But anyhow, because you're going to save this backing piece. The one side of the backing piece has like a matte finish to it, and the other side has a glossy finish to it. So can you see the difference on the backing? I'm not sure if it's picking it up or not, but a little bit. That's the glossy. So you want to save that. So you'll take your transfer, and can you see it has very fine mesh in it? You're going to do what's called fuzzing, and this is to remove some of the stickiness, but don't worry, it will come back. And like I said, this transfer can be used many, many times, up to 20 times 8. Well, they say 8 to 12. If you take care of your transfers and wash them and clean them, they can last, well, 20 times, maybe even more than that. Alright, so I'm just removing some of the stickiness, and the reasoning why is because when you go to pull it off of your project, you want to make sure that it's not going to stick where it shouldn't. Okay, so this is a metal frame, and what I did some prep work on it to help the transfer, so the ink applies better. And I used our Chalkology Paste Wax, and it almost reminds you of a lip balm, and you just rub it on here. I did this yesterday, and then I just took a cloth and I kind of buffed, whoop, move that over to the side. I have my ceiling fan on, so if you're hearing some noise, I apologize. So I kind of buffed it, and I'm just wiping it off a little bit right now. So you want to put that on, buff it in, let it dry overnight, and then buff it the next morning. And I notice I have a couple little dings there, so I'm hoping where my transfer goes, it'll cover that up. So again, the back of this is sticky. I'm going to put this right on here. And I think I'm pretty straight. You want to make sure you don't have any bubbles or anything. So I'm going to use our Chalkology paste, and this is, of course, the white. It comes in these really big 3-ounce jars. And when you open it up, this is what you will see. So I'm using a little stir, and you want to stir this up, because from sitting, it kind of gets, you know, a little, well, it just needs stirring, let's say that much. And so every time you want to go use it, like if I use it again tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and do the stirring. Now we have Chalkology inks. Couture ink is what it's called technically. And they have a little bit thinner consistency. Now it should be about what's the word I'm looking for? It should be like a yogurt, kind of. If it's not, in here I have a spray bottle. Oh, that's not helpful. I already took the cap off. And just want to give it, I'm going to do it off camera because my ceiling fan's blowing. And let me wipe this off again, because it kind of zhushed over that. You don't want to do it over where your work surface is, but I wanted to show you how to do it. You all know how to spritz, right? So add a little bit water, a little bit at a time, because you can always remove. But once you get it too wet, then I believe they said cornstarch to add to it to thicken it up. But let's just avoid that issue altogether. Let me do a little bit more. Not the best spray bottle. I'm repurposing a spray bottle from a glass cleaner from my glasses. So, and I do have the ceiling fan on. You probably wouldn't want to, because that's going to make the paste dry quick. So, okay, here we go. Oh, I need to get myself a squeegee. So these are our squeegees, and you can cut them down to the size you need for whatever project you're working on. The bigger the project, the bigger the squeegee. So I'm just going to go right here in my paste, and I'm just going to rub my paste over. Now I'm going to put it on a little bit thick because of the ceiling fan, but no worries, we're going to go ahead and remove that paste and put it back in a jar. So any of you that do stamping, you know how it is with your glitter or your embossing powder. When you put it on, you put it back in a jar, it just seems like it never goes away. It just keeps going back. So now what I'm doing is I'm removing a lot of that extra paste, because we don't need that. We just want it to go through the transfer. And this is a very easy project to do. You can get more intense with some of our other transfers, and you can use different colored inks and kind of color it in. There's just so many things you can do. Alright, so I think that looks pretty good. Now when you peel it off, you do want to peel it off straight so that you don't end up taking your transfer and stretching it out. Alright, there we are. I'm going to right now, normally you would put that, I think that looks good. If you find that your paste is anywhere where you don't want it, it is washable. So you can go ahead and wash that off. So let me put this aside for a minute. And let me move this for a minute. So here is the transfer. I have it sticky side up. I'm using a baby wipe, but what you would normally do is you would have a vat of water nearby, and you would put your transfer in the water or run it under a sink or whatever works for you. And then what that would do is clean it, because you do want to make sure that you clean it well. And this is just temporary till I get to the sink. With my foot surgery, I'm not moving too quickly these days. So I'm just going to lay this baby wipe over the top of it for now until I can get to the sink. So the other thing you want to use and have on hand, of course, is baby wipes. And then these disinfectant wipes. So after you clean this, you want to make sure you clean this transfer. You want to make sure it's super clean. So use the disinfectant wipe to remove any other residue. Let's bring our project back in. I'll put a piece of paper down. So I think that looks good. Now, I can, and I think I will, use this little flower as well. And I'm going to do a little defuzzing on that. And I think this is dry, because you want to make sure that surface is dry. Let's put that little flower up here in the corner. I think that'll be cute. And go ahead and put our paste on just like before. And you don't have to worry with the paste. Again, with the paste, you can wipe it off because it's not permanent unless you want it to be. If you choose to have this permanent and you want to showcase this over and over again, all you have to do is take a clear spray and just put a spray over it and let it dry, and it will remain permanent. I'm going to keep this like this for now. I think that looks pretty cute, and that would be beautiful on a door. You can add some other flowers or things to it as well, some silk flowers. You can dress it up however you want. We do have in our new catalog a lot of new surfaces. This is a surface I had gotten online through Hobby Lobby, and only because at the time we're very limited in surfaces to put your chalks on. So right now we have added a ton of other different types of surfaces that you can chalk on and make some really cute projects. So isn't this cute? I got this online. I ordered it. It was clearance. It says $6.99, but I believe it was 40% off. So, and like I said, it's a metal tin. There's a Hobby Lobby number. And I think this will be really cute. I think I will add some silk flowers, hot glue them on there, and kind of put a bow on it and spruce it up. But I think it's really cute. So if you like this, if you want more information, if you live in the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area or anywhere in northeastern Pennsylvania and would like to host your own workshop where we will create such as a project like this, I will teach you all the steps to do it, and you will go home with a completed project. If you're interested in learning more about that, please be sure to contact me at stampinsuecreates@gmail.com, and don't forget to check me out on all social medias. And I hope you've enjoyed this. I know I'm just having a great time doing the chalk couture. Let me bring back my label for that. And contact me if you need more information, or if you'd like to sign on as a designer such as myself. We have a great special going on right now. For $99, you get like $250 worth of product. And your first order you submit, whether it be just for yourself or if you choose to do this as a business, you'll get a 50% off coupon. Thereafter that, each product that you purchase from Chalk Couture, you get 40% off. That's right, 40%. So it's a no-brainer. Get the kit, give it a try, do it just for yourself and family and friends, make some great gifts, and have a lot of fun. And then you'll have me as your upline to come to for suggestions, help, and ideas. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for taking my mind off of my crazy life. And I hope to see you back here again real soon. Bye for now.